Grenfell Tower, Sia, Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, Stormzy, shops to reopen, eviction extensions and more. Welcome to your weekly Fix with Becks. On Sunday marked the third anniversary since the Grenfell Tower disaster. There was a gathering outside the tower to mark and show their respect for those who sadly lost their lives. The inquest is set to reopen again in July, with this going ahead via video link. Many of the survivors are not happy with this measure and would like this to be heard again in person. Boris Johnson has confirmed non-essential shops will be allowed to reopen on the 15th of June. This is the three-step plan the government has in easing lockdown. Uber has announced changes from the 15th of June. You will no longer be able to ride as a passenger without any face coverings. No mask, no ride. In other news, Ms Chandelier herself, Sia, has had to issue an apology on Twitter. She accidentally interjected herself with a fan feud and ended up getting Nicki Minaj and Cardi B mixed up, probably the worst two to get mixed up. She unfortunately did not get much mercy shown, and there was fans going in over Twitter with a hashtag starting, Sia is over party. I'm sorry, Sia, I do not condone this at all. Many of the Black Lives Matter protests still continued over the weekend, and Stormzy was spotted out in Parliament Square. He, of course, has actually recently pledged 10 million over 10 years in supporting racial equality. Man's like Stormzy indeed. Tips with Becks now. If you didn't know, there was an extension on the mortgage holiday up until August, but there was nothing made about renters. Yeah. So that's obviously very important too, but I've got somewhat good news. There has been an extension made for mortgage eviction hearings, and that date has now been extended until the 23rd of August. So there's a complete ban on that. So perhaps maybe it'll be a good time to just speak to your landlords and see what you can work out if you are struggling at the moment and any agreements can be made. Another thing that I thought was very important to speak about, particularly in the UK as well, this applies for in this book. Just to educate yourself and maybe not ask and just perhaps read about it. Akala, if you don't know who he is, I can't help you, but you can research him though. He is someone who wrote this book. It was a Sunday bestselling Times book, and it's called Natives, Race, Class in the Ruins of the Empire. Very good book to read, and just to kind of understand the indifferences that we face in the UK, but also all round really globally. I've been your host, Ms Becks, for your weekly Fix with Ms Becks, and I hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.
Go ahead, what are you waiting for? Like and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below.